Thank you very much. I feel deeply honored, and I'm very humbled and extremely grateful for this award. So I appreciate you. But it really is not necessarily about the recognition or the accolades. It really is more about the lives that you've touched and the changes that we can inspire in others. And I think that's really key for me. I will never forget, and this goes back to M Cubed. In our very first cohort of students who graduated from MPS schools from high school, who had earned some college credit, and they graduated, and they put on their robes and they stood up, and we had this ceremony, and one of the students stood up and we asked them what it meant to them. And he said, "I didn't even think I would be alive here today." And much less earn college credits. So it was like the room went silent.
Yeah.
And that was very powerful. And I'll never forget that, because that's life-changing right there. I mean, you don't realize sometimes the impact that you make or that you see on individuals, and you don't know what every individual is going through in their own lives. But if there's a teacher there, if there's somebody there that can just help, support, uplift, and you know what education does, it creates empowerment, and can really change lives and transform lives. And so I do think that that is every day what teachers do, and that's the reward in and of itself. And it's very intrinsic, but it's extremely satisfying.
You talk about the opportunity. Oftentimes, if if you're interviewing, or your goal is to work in a certain area, but the people don't all look like you, they might not give you that opportunity. So I think that's the biggest challenge in my profession is that it is a predominantly not really minority field. So how does a child from the urban setting convince the rest of the veterinary community that I'm good, because they don't all just look at your grades, and to me, part of that is personality. You have to have a little personality to get your foot in the door and take advantage of these opportunities. So the lesson I've learned over 45 years is to, do you. Don't be persuaded by what everybody else is doing. If you have a goal or an idea in mind, focus on it, give it your best, and go all in. I think that's important. Too many people give up on their dreams because somebody told them they shouldn't do it, or everybody else isn't doing it, or they become afraid because of what somebody may have said about it. And I think let naysayers say what they're going to say, and do you.
Right.
I'm over the moon. So Rising Star seems to make sense, because I am over the moon with this recognition.
All right. And
the minute that you get to witness somebody turn that light on full blast and stand in the power of being able to see who they fully are, to me, that is just, there's a lot of different ways that you can measure a person's life. And so when I think about what is the legacy, right, that I would like to leave behind, it's not about a title. I'm so delighted about this award, and but it's not about that, right? It's not about the accolades. It's not about how much money is in your bank account. It's not even about how much money you've given away. For me, at the end of the day, it's how much have you been able to be an influence, a positive influence in other people's lives. Because the people who live on for me, right, the people who have passed on, the people who live on for me are the people who took a moment to enhance my story, right, who took a moment.
I'm a little shocked, to be honest, because it's like when I'm at school, I'm literally in my room. So it's like I don't congregate with a lot of people a lot of times, because I'm just so focused on, I have to do this. I have to make sure I get this done. I want the kids to have this ready so they can get this done today so we can work on this or whatever. So it's just very shocking. But I'm very honored that they feel like I'm such a wonderful person to give this honor to. So we are an expeditionary learning school. So we
Okay.
roll with, we have these different levels that we work with, and we always start with crew, which is where we're coming together. We're building empathy. We're building collaboration. We're building accountability, respect with our scholars, and getting them to be able to work well with each other without so much teacher-led supervision. The goal is
Sure.
for them to be independent workers and be able to understand that they are responsible for their learning.
Okay.
And so we are trying to turn them into lifelong learners. So we start.
I'm honored. I appreciate it. I'm humbled by it. As I walk around my classroom, I just feel like a teacher. It's easy just to say, oh yeah, this is what we do. We meet kids where they're at. We work with them. We provide opportunities. I'm really appreciative of Urban Learning Collaborative, of that support. On a whim, I decided to start working on farms. I moved to Virginia, and I started working out there. And that's when I fell in love with this field. So through a lot of experiences working on farms in different parts of the states, I really felt like this was the thing I was meant to do. I was really enamored with the work, really inspired by learning myself, because I didn't have the background. As an adult, I had to learn all these things. And so did that for a while in different parts of the US, came back to Wisconsin because I had an opportunity to work at Growing Power, which was a nonprofit farm just on the north side of Milwaukee. So I worked there for a number of years, and it was like a really great marriage of not just agriculture, but social justice work. A lot of the things I had been thinking about and the work I had been doing around myself and in my community when I was in college.